So let us start. So in today's session, we'll be talking mainly about a new notation which generally is used by majority of programming languages to express their syntax. So though we see there is context-free grammar mostly used, which we will see as an kind of example later. But at at some time of translation process, definitely there is a big role played by regular grammar. Okay, so the notation that we are going to see is referred mainly as regular expressions. So let me start. Now these regular expressions are like kind of mathematical notation used to demonstrate or to like represent the language. Okay, so this definition of this regular expression can be expressed in recursive manner. So let us assume that we are being given sigma. Okay, sigma would be containing some elements. So we'll define this formal definition of regular expression in the following way. So I will have a recursive definition. So I will start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which can be definitely used for some representation perspective. Please hold. One minute. The definition. So as we said, we will be having sigma given to us, and using that sigma, we will be defining this whole stuff. So like when we say sigma, we are assuming that there are some symbols given in your input alphabet set. So any terminal symbol okay, which is an element of this sigma. Then epsilon and phi are regular expressions. Fine. So when say A belongs to sigma, then I will use some representation. A is a regular expression. Okay. So if A belongs to sigma, then we can represent A as a regular expression. And similarly, epsilon and sigma, sorry, epsilon also is regular expression. Even phi also is regular expression. Now these regular expressions, like for example, if I say A, there is only one element in the language, correct? Which is A. So like no other string other than A is accepted by your finite automata. So mainly these regular expressions are representation for algebraic notations used to represent a language represented or accepted by finite automata. Fine. So when we say epsilon, it is also regular expression when we say like if I talk about one state and other state, there is a transition from one state to other state with epsilon. Or even say for example, initial and final state is same. There is no other state. There is no transition. Then even epsilon is a regular expression. Sometimes your sigma can be empty. Now, if it is empty, then ultimately the regular expression used to represent that empty set would be phi. Okay, so let us move further. So let us try to define now second. So we will be using this now. Okay, so when I represent, say for example, capital R to be regular expression, it may be one of them, correct, or combinations of them. So the union of two regular expressions. Okay, so for example, let me represent them as say Ri Rj. So Ri and Rj may be either of them, correct? Can be written as Ri plus Rj. So you may say R1, R2, you may say Ri, Rj in general, correct? So R1 plus Rj, sorry, Ri plus Rj is also a regular expression. Now let me define third. So this Ri, Rj can be any combination. So if Ri, if I talk about Ri, it may be A. There might be multiple symbols even, correct? Now third one, the concatenation of two regular expressions. Now again we will be taking Ri and Rj can be written as, now it is concatenation, so you write Ri Rj, Ri followed by Rj, correct? So this is also an regular expression, is also a regular expression. Now let me add fourth one. Now when we talk about closure, closure means like if you recall, we talked about closure by considering the star symbol, correct? So let us write the definition. Now I am using a programming language terminology, iteration, correct? Or closure of a regular expression. Now I am using R can be written as, now we are representing this as R star is also a regular expression. Fine. Okay. Now let us write fifth one. So these are fourth. Now let me write fifth one. If R is regular expression, then so we can write this in bracket too, like for example, like this round bracket. R is also a regular expression. Fine. Now you apply 1 to 5 in combinations. In what are the combinations that you want? 1 to 5. We'll be writing now sixth one, which would be which is working on this 1 to 5. The regular expression over sigma are precisely those, okay, obtained obtained. Now you apply this recursively. Obtained recursively by application of the rules 1 to 5 above. Okay, I'm talking about these 5 now. Okay, once 1 to 5 once or several times. Fine. So this is how you define definition of a regular expression. Are you with me? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So like let me repeat one more time so that it would be very clear to us. So we are using an algorithm, algebraic notation. This is called as algebraic notation for the language accepted by finite automata. So we represent it this way. So let us assume that there is a sigma given, some sigma. Now any terminal symbol in sigma, also an epsilon, also an phi are regular expressions. Okay, when A belongs to sigma, then A is a regular expression. If A is belonging to sigma, epsilon also can be part of regular expression, because we saw in all the cases whether there is an epsilon transition or whether there is no epsilon transition. We saw that if I apply the as a property of transition function, delta q comma epsilon equal to q, it is with any FA without finite say epsilon transition. And whenever we are talking about epsilon transition, delta q comma epsilon would be epsilon closure of q. So anyway, like that state is also there. So that's why like we are talking about an epsilon is a regular expression. Now it can happen that there is no language accepted by, or there is no string accepted by a finite automata. The diagram is given. All states are dead. All dates, if you recall, we talked about a dead state concept. Okay, in one of the class. So if all states are dead states, there is no outgoing transition, or there is no incoming transition to final state. So ultimately, you are reaching to a finite automata which is not accepting at all any string. What is the sigma given? Correct. Nextly, like if I have two regular expressions Ri and Rj, I can define union of Ri and Rj as Ri plus Rj. Fine. I can also define a concatenation operation over two regular expressions. Suppose Ri and Rj again are two regular expressions, so I can write them as Ri Rj. I can define an iteration or a closure operation over a regular expression for R, which can be written as R star. Now, as this is an algebraic notation, so we generally use these round brackets in mathematics. So I'm using that concept too. Like if R is a regular expression, then round bracket, round opening bracket, R, round closing bracket is also a regular expression. Now using these five, all these five above, we can define sixth one. The regular expression over sigma are precisely those obtained recursively by application of rules 1 to 5 once or several times. So you keep on going constructing this. Okay. So now when we do talk about this, ultimately we need to really think of how exactly we can define the language as a finite automata. So let me take few examples. I assume now this is clear. Okay. So let me put on date. Let me add some examples. Okay. Now suppose if I am given say for example a regular expression like this. Regular expression is given as A plus B. So in this case, A is a regular expression, B is a regular expression. If I talk about A and B, I can think of this rule. A is a regular expression with A belongs to sigma. So any symbol that is belonging to sigma. So whenever I am talking about this A plus B, as we said, regular expression is a representation for the language accepted by finite automata. So if I talk about sigma to be AB, sigma equal to a comma b. Okay, and a plus b is a regular expression given to me. Then what would be L? So we can say it is accepting either a or it is accepting either b. Fine. Now suppose if I am talking about a regular expression to be AB. Now I am assuming this AB to be sigma. Regular expression to be AB. So what exactly L means? There is only one string accepted. This is concatenate. This is I cannot separate this. This means this or this. Either A or B. So whenever you are talking about union. So whenever I am talking about this AB, this ultimately means what? Concatenation. So this would be AB. So AA, sorry. So again, I am assuming sigma to be AB. So I have AA plus B plus C. What would be L in this case? Can you think of what would be L for this case? Yes, please. What would be L? So the way that we, yeah, yes, can please?
A comma C.
Comma C, correct? Now, what would be L? Now we already saw A star, correct? We already saw A star. So let us first write this B and CA. Okay. Now I'm not really concentrating on now the order. Okay, for a while. I wrote this B and CA. Now if I talk about A star starts with what? A star starts with what? Clean closure starts with what? Epsilon, correct? So if I assume non-existence of A star, then it is A, correct? Then one existence of A, two existence of A's, three existence of A's, and so on. So either it accepts B or CA or A or AA or this or this or this. Am I right? Any issue with this? Any problem with this? Yes, please. Clear?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now let us try to concentrate on identities for regular expressions. Okay, so let us see what exactly they are. Now I'm using the similar kind of notations that I used in the previous page, rather what are the page that we saw, this one. Okay, what are the things that we used? R1, R2, Ri, Rj kind of thing. So I'm using them only. So my first property, phi plus R. So what exactly this means? What exactly this means? Phi plus R. So if I go with this definition, A comma B, so phi plus R, what exactly it means? It may accept phi or it may accept R. But if I remove this phi, ultimately it is going to accept this R. So what should I write? So whenever I am using this union operation with phi, this always is written as R. Okay. Union operation with phi, this always will remain there. Okay. Second property. Now let me use concatenation. Phi R plus R phi. So if I have concatenation, empty string, so that means even if there are some transitions going from to final state, but from initial there is no outgoing transition. to the in between states or even the final. So that's why phi r. Even in this case, from initial we have transitions, but there are no transitions going towards final. So that's why this is written as phi. Okay. Third, epsilon r. Sorry, I wrote equal to. In this case, it should be equal to phi r equal to r phi equal to phi. I wrote plus. I'm sorry. This is plus, correct? So if I concatenate, so I phi r equal to r phi. In both the cases, it would be phi. So epsilon r equal to r epsilon. In any case, we are going to reach to final. That's why r. Fourth one we already saw. Epsilon star equal to epsilon. Phi star equal to epsilon. Fifth one, r plus r. It is not going to be 2r. It will be only 1r. So because you don't write repetition. So if I write r plus r with this way, r plus r, I cannot like if I write a plus a, this means a only, correct? You don't repeat any element here in set, correct? Yeah. 6-1. R star. R star. So if I say here r star plus r star, it would be r star only, correct? So it is applicable to any r now. R star equal to r star. This also would be r star, correct? Now 7th, r star equal to r star r. This cannot be like in both the cases. It is same the way that you write, correct? 8th, if I take closure for r star, it will remain r star only. Now you replace r by any symbol, correct? 9th, epsilon plus r star equal to epsilon plus r star r. So we already saw r star r is what? In both the cases it is same. So you are adding r into it. Sorry, you are adding epsilon into it. So this results to r star only. Because epsilon would be part of this set when you are talking about this kind of example. R epsilon plus r star r. So epsilon would be there, then r star r. So we already saw r star, correct? R star. In this, it is like this: a star plus epsilon. So we already wrote this epsilon there. We have to write it. In this case, we don't have epsilon added there. That's why. Okay. Identity number 10th. P Q star P equal to P Q P star. Can somebody prove this? Am I right? Try to use the similar thing. So string ending with P. If this is empty, string is P. If this is empty, string is P. If you take PQ, 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 P, P, QP, QP. So anyway, you would be getting same strings, correct? So these are the 10 entities that are really important to be used by us in some part of problems that we are going to work with. Okay, in future. Let me try 11th one in addition. Okay, so can I write like this? So you please help me out. Huh? When I write PQ, P plus Q star. Can I write P star plus P star, Q star, star? Also can be written as P star plus Q star star. Am I right? Please work out. Now you think of this. P plus Q, you are taking repetition. So either combinations of P's or Q's or both. correct? Because it is combination. So we already saw A star means what? Combination of A's. So P plus Q. So you would be getting, suppose P plus Q, in this case AB. You are getting star for it. So ultimately A's, B's, then combinations of A's, B's. That's how. So same case would be true over here as well. Over here as well. Fine. So let us work out 12th. P plus Q are equal to PR plus QR. What is this rule? Can somebody tell me what you call this rule as? What is this rule number 12? Yes, please.
Distributive.
Huh? Sorry, I could not hear you properly. Which rule? Distributive. Okay. Where is associative? So we saw now regular expressions and the identities for regular expressions. Now let us move further and really work out where exactly these properties can be used. So before a while, I would like to show you how to convert a regular expression to an NFA. Generally, I should say finite automata. Okay, I assume now these all 12 properties are clear to you. Yes. So let us work out one by one. Okay. Now we are talking about a method to convert RA to FA. So our first regular expression as per the definition was what? So recall the definition that we saw. Okay, this one. So let me add a screenshot for you peoples. Please hold for a while. By the way, I am not having a Windows machine right now with me, so I'm adding the screenshot from my Linux machine. Okay, for you peoples. Okay, so you can check the chat window of our course for this session. So we are going to make use of this, okay, as an input for us to construct a finite automata. So we have different ways rather right now which can be used to represent a regular expression. So let me start with first. So let me say I have a regular expression. So first definition I am saying I have a regular expression A. So now for a regular expression A, that means my language is this. So if this is my initial, this is my final. So this would be my finite automata for A. Fine. Similarly, for regular expression epsilon, so either you have this, okay, initial and final to be same, or You have this. Fine, for epsilon. So whenever you find a difficulty, you please let me know. Now, third one. So we said phi. Third regular expression is phi. This is my initial. This is my final. There is no transition in between. Or this is my initial. This is my final. Even if I have a here or any symbol here, even if I have epsilon here, for example, there is no way to reach to final. That's why acceptance would not be there at all. So that's why this can be represented as small, the phi. Is that okay? Please.
Yes, sir.
So shall I move to fourth? Okay, so you may listen some background noise because I am at my hometown. So please exclude that. Now I am using fourth one. Now, like if I go with definition perspective, I saw Ri plus Rj. That means either of the regular expressions. So let me take, say for example, R1 plus R2. Now if R1 and R2 are regular expression, there is definitely an initial state, there is definitely a final state, no matter which kind of these they are. Am I right? So let us assume that this is my Ri. This initial state of R1 or Ri. This is final state of R2 or Rj. Okay, Ri, Rj or R1, R2. Let me take R1, R2 right now. So this is the initial state of R1. This is final state of R2. This is for R2. So these are the two regular expressions given to me. This is R1. This is R2. This is initial. I'm not drawing any transition here. It could be any combinations, correct? Fine. So how exactly you work with this? So think of this. So let us assume that this is 0, Q0, Q1, Q0 dash, Q1 dash. Okay, so what you do? You add it here. This is your R1. So I'm only drawing this to represent that this is an FA, this is FA for R1. This is not the notation, what are the circling kind of ellipse or circle that I'm drawing. Don't worry about it. It's only a representation. So this is R1, this is R2. This is initials to separate out R1 and R2. That's what I am doing this. So this is R2. Okay, now what you have to do whenever you are talking about union of both, introduce two new states. So this would be 1. This would be 2. Fine. Now what you do, you add 4 transitions from new initial. This would be my initial now. From new initial to initial of R1, from new initial to initial of R2. This would be my final. From final of R1 to new final. From final of R2 to new final. Now each one would be added with the weight epsilon. Fine. Is that fine? So what we did, remember, suppose this is R1, this is R2. Suppose this is 0, this is 1. This is 2, this is 3. So initial state is 0, initial state is 2. Final state is 1, final state is 3. Now what you have to do is you have to introduce 2 new states. One of them would be initial, the other one would be final for the resultant automata for the regular expression R1 plus R2. So what exactly you are going to do? You are going to add 2 transitions from initial and 2 transitions to final. Now the initial transitions are to be added from new initial to initial of R1, new initial to initial of R2 with epsilon. Now from final of R1 to new final and final of R2 to new final with epsilon. So this is how this would be your finite automata for R1 plus R2. Is that fine? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me work out now with R1 R2. Again similar. And now I'm not drawing this R1 R2 right now. So this was R1, this was R2. Initial, final, initial, final. Now what is to be done? This initial, this final of R1. Now concatenation. So that's why initial and final. Now in the new FA that you will be having for R1 R2, treat R1's initial as a new initial for R1 of R1 R2. Add a transition from final of R1 to initial of R2 and treat final of R2 to be final of new regular expressions. So this was your automata. What exactly we did here? We added only one transition with final of R1 to initial of R2 and done. This is R1 R2. Is that fine? So like while we replace them R1 R2 by exact examples, then you will understand that very clearly and precisely. Let me add 6-1. R star. So this is R initial and final of R. Fine. Now you add two states. Treat this as new initial. This would be new final. Now add 4 transitions. Now 2 transitions would be from new initial to initial of R, new initial to new final of R star, final of R to new final, and final of R to initial of R. Okay, and each one would be with epsilon. This would be represented as R star. Now let me draw this. This is our R. Is that fine? Check this. Let me repeat one more time. How we represented A? We had initial to final, a transition with A. There is initial state, there is final state. Done. For epsilon, initial and final is same. There is no other state involved. There is no transition involved. Sorry, I forgot to say this is initial. So add initial to final a transition with epsilon. Though no any other transition added here. For phi, there is initial, there is final, but there is no transition between them. For again, other way around, don't have any incoming transition to final, no matter how many states you have. Correct? So like this, initial to final, there is no transition. For R1 plus R2, suppose R1 is this, R1, R2 is this, initial, and final of R1, R2 respectively. So we are going to add 2 states. One would be initial, one would be final, other would be final. So you are going to add 4 transitions from new initial to initial of R1, new initial to initial of R2. So with epsilon. Similarly, from final state of R1 to new final state with epsilon. From final state of R2 to new final state with epsilon. So this would be your R1 plus R2. For R1 R2 concatenation. So this would be R1, this would be R2. Only say that initial of R1 would be treated as new initial state of R1 R2. Final of R2 would be treated as new final of R1 R2. and only add a transition from final state of R1 to initial state of R2 with epsilon. Done. Now 6-1 R star. So you have R initial final, add 2 states and 4 transitions. One of them would be initial state, from new initial to initial of R1, and from new initial to new final add epsilon. Now from final of R to new final with epsilon, from final of R to initial of R with epsilon. So you will see this, like what this would be, epsilon plus R1, epsilon plus R, epsilon comma RR and so on. Na? So epsilon you are taken to final, R you are following to final. If you want to take RR, you go here again R. You have a multiple repetitions of it, iterations or loop. Okay, or closure. You have multiple repetitions of it and then reach to final. Is that fine? Any question, query? Please ask if you have any. Yes, please.
No, sir.
I hope it is clear now.
Yes.
Okay, so remember this one also. So we will require now this page rather more frequently. Okay, so now let us start as this is a Diwali period. Rather, Diwali is over, but now this could be called thought of as a Rangoli kind of stuff. Correct? So let us try to draw the diagrams. So you follow me and try to draw the same. So this will be page number 2. Okay, let me start with A plus B. Now use this notation. A plus B. How it would be? So where we started now, drawing construction of FA for the given regular expression A plus B. How will you draw this? Okay, so let us take example. This is in A. This is B. Initial of A, final of A. Initial of B, final of B. You introduce 2 states. One of them would be final, one of them would be initial. Now remember the numbering style that I am following. We have to follow same because so that like I will let you know why I'm forcing you to use this numbering style. So let me start with, see the numbering style 0. We are giving numbers to states 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this would be epsilon, epsilon, epsilon. Don't forget at all the arrows. Arrows are really important. If you forget arrows, I can mark them in a reverse manner. Ultimately, your answer is wrong. Fine. Hopefully, like if we have our examination in person. If it is online, then it's okay. Like I cannot make any changes into your submissions. Okay, let me go with next. A plus B. How this would be? How A would be? So this is A. This is A. Correct. This is epsilon. So this is B. This is B. Okay, and both of them are combined with epsilon. Correct. So let me say this A. This is BA. A plus BA. So BA combined. Now we have both of them concatenated with epsilon. So that's why epsilon comes into picture. Now we have what? plus, so initial, final. Had 4 transitions, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are to be labeled as epsilon, 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 epsilon. This would be your initial. Now we have to number them. See numbering 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that fine? Let me take third. AA plus BA star. Now we will draw same like this first. Okay, without marking final and initial, because this is one regular, this A, this A, these are two, third one would be AA, third regular expression, then fourth B, fifth A, BA, sixth, combination of them seventh, and then star, eighth, correct? So these many regular expressions are already involved there. So let us draw. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is for AA. We worked out. So now let us draw for B. So this is final of AA plus BA. Fine. AA plus BA is done. Now we have to work with what? Star. So add two states. 1, 2. So 4 transitions. 1, 2. This is your final. 3 and then 4. Initial to this. Correct? Now let us. Yeah, 1 minute. Let us mark initial. Now we have to write weights. This is A. This is B, A, epsilon, 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 epsilon. This is A plus BA. Now star, epsilon, 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 epsilon. Don't forget to write this input. Okay, suppose you don't write this epsilon. If I write B there, again, this representation changes. Now we have to number. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like this is what we had to see. We have seen in today's session. So we'll move further in next session by adding few more examples. Okay, I would be adding a recorded session for you peoples. Okay, if it is not possible for me to take the session, then you can see that recorded sessions, or otherwise I will take different set of examples. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
For
sir.
the
Yes, sir.
sir, for the third one, we're just adding the epsilon transition and phi part.